Hey guys, Shawn here, recording for Hipsters of the Coast. My column's called Ensnaring Cambridge, and we are doing an M15 draft online. I'm in a Swiss draft, and I don't love Swiss. It's bad EV. I think the skill level is a bit lower than the 8.4s, and yeah, I just don't love it. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I get in enough games to really make it worth it. I mean, I'm still pretty unfamiliar with the format. I played a couple times, but yeah, I'm not confident enough to join an 8.4 yet, and don't want to record an 8.4 if I'm just going to get smoked in the first round. So pack one, pick one. Uh, I think Hornet's Nest is interesting. I'm not sure if it's the kind of card you want to first pick. Um, we have Druby Mucklurker, and this card's awesome. I think it's kind of like a gold card, though. It's you really need to be playing swamps to make it reasonable. Seraph of the Masses seems okay. I think white is probably the best color. Um, Krenko's Enforcer seems like a reasonable card. I think Research Assistant, while not being a very good looter, is a pretty reasonable card. Just having a 1/3 for 2 is good in the defensive decks. Since I don't know, I'm just going to take the rare. I'm going to take the Hornet's Nest, but I'm think that this could be entirely wrong. Um, like I said, the Muck Lurker is kind of more my style. All right, so pack two. What do we have? We have a Goblin Kabomist. I don't think this card is great, but I think it's interesting. And I recently saw a draft where there was with the Kaboomist and the Red Paragon, and basically, even if you lost the flip, it didn't die, and it just had a million landmine tokens, which is pretty sweet. The Paragon, the White Paragon seems good if you're in white. Child of the Night is just a reasonable 2-drop. Research Assistant, like I said, I think is fine. I've been told, I've read, that blue is the worst color in this format, which is unfortunate. So basically here, I mean, we could take Runeclaw Bear, just stay on target, but it's just not a very strong card. Part of me would like to take Paragon, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I think Paragon is especially good because of all of the like triplicate spirits and raise the alarm. Like there's a lot of white token makers, so having all of those white creatures get plus and plus is really good. Here, I don't so I don't really see a reason to not take Erexos Swiftclaw. It's a reasonable 2-drop, and we have a white card, and if white's probably where we want to be, then it seems fine. I could take a Runeclaw Bear to go their first pick, and I really do like 2-drops, but not enough that I would take it over a better card. Some other options. I mean, we could take Generator Servant. That card's fine. Skirmisher is also fine, but I think I like Swiftclaw a little bit more than Skirmisher. I thought I took it. There it is. All right. So it seems like white is open here. We get Preeminent Captain, which is fine. I don't know how many soldiers you really get, but I think just having a 2/2 first strike for 3 is fine. This card is interesting. I'm not really sure of the ways you can exile in this format, so I'm not really seeing anything else I would necessarily want. I think Preeminent Captain is just the pick. And let's do that. All right. I reserved it. There it is. All right. Well, I guess I'm still getting used to the new client. I felt like you can just take it and you just put in your picks. There it is. All right. All right. So here we have some options. Overwhelm, I think, is, I mean, any any one of these kind of effects is pretty sweet. Overrun is the word I was looking for. Any overrun's pretty sweet. This one's kind of expensive. Um, the fact that it's Convoke is kind of, I don't know, counterintuitive to the card, right? It's it feels kind of inelegant, but I mean maybe that's kind of the constraints that they were working with. Maybe that's intentional. So it's either Overwhelm, Midnight Guard, or Siege Worm. I think Siege Worm is, I think, really good, especially if you have a bunch of the white. White tokens. So that seems like what we want. Here, I think we just kind of stay on task and we take a Seraph of the Masses. Basically, what we're really looking for stuff like Raise the Alarm, Triplicate Spirit, that kind of jazz. Base of Species is fine. We're not necessarily green though. I think that it looks like we're going to be white at this point. So there it is. Okay, so Gargoyle Sentinel I think is fine. If we're in black, Cursed Spirit's also fine. Pillar of Light would be a card we would play. Runeclaw Bear is a good curve filler. I'd like to have some removal, and Pillar is okay. I think it's between Pillar and Runeclaw Bear here. And I think with green-white, it's like a really creature-centric strategy. I think Runeclaw Bear might be replaceable, but I think, yeah, we'll take the Pillar. We saw a bunch of other Runeclaw Bears, so it's possible that those kind of come back to us. Take a Bronze Sable to fill up the curve, or we take a Hunt the Weak, just as kind of pseudo removal if we do end up in green. And I think Hunt the Weak is probably enough better than Bronze Sable that we'd want to take it. You know, like I said, we do have these two guys that Convoke, so we really do want a lot of 2-drops. But yeah, I think I'm going to take the Hunt the Weak. All right, what do we have here? Nissa's Expedition I don't think is the kind of card you really want. It's not horrible. It's just doesn't do enough. Tireless Missionaries, also Verdant Haven, Divine Weft. I mean, I guess Verdant Haven's probably the card I'm most likely to play. So let's take that one. Research Assistant, I believe this is our first pack. So the Research Assistant wheeled. And I do like Research Assistant more than Runeclaw Bear, but it seems pretty certain that we're going to be in green. And even if we were blue-white, I think you want to be kind of like more of an aggressive tempo-oriented deck, and Research Assistant is not necessarily where you want to be. So we'll take the Runeclaw Bear. I don't think we'll play any of these cards. I think I'll take another Verdant Haven, but I'm just gonna put it right in the sideboard. I don't foresee us playing more than one Verdant Haven. I don't like any of these cards. I guess we'll take the Statute of Denial. It just feels like I don't understand why. See, just go there. Okay, there we go. Can't imagine ever playing Meditation Puzzle. I also can't imagine playing Mind Sculpt, though. One of these days, I want to see if I can draft the Mind Sculpt deck as if this thing really exists. I don't know whether I'm just putting it in the wrong spot or what. And we'll take the mountain. Alright, so it looks like we have a reasonable start. Not super exciting. At this point, I do wish I had taken another 2-drop over Pillar or Hunt the Weak. Yeah. All right, here we have Stormtide Leviathan, which is the kind of card I really like. I think it's really hard to beat. Constricting Sliver is interesting. I think it's probably a little too expensive than really what we want to pay in a deck like this. I think that if we knew we were going to be really aggressive, we want Oppressive Raise. But I think as is, we want Satyr Wayfinder. Wayfinder gets you land, adds a body for our Convoke guys, and I think it's just what we want to do. There's a chance that we could take something like the week and try to wheel a Wayfinder, but I just don't. I'm not going to do that. If I double click it, okay, that does work. You can still double click. All right, let's also hide this meditation puzzle because we do not want it. All right, so our options here are Juggernaut, which is a good one, Paragon, which it's tough because, like I said, if we do get those triplicate spirits, we do get those raise the alarms, then Paragon I think is just going to be better than Juggernaut. But as a 5/3 for 4, that, you know, Juggernaut's just really powerful as well. Part of me wants to hedge a little bit and take the Paragon, just because I think it could be kind of nutty. You know what? Paragon's also a soldier, which is relevant for the preeminent captain, I suppose. I'm not sure if this is right. I think the Juggernaut might be the safer pick, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Paragon. All right, what do we like here? We take a Revoker, take a Runeclaw Bear, Brawler's Plate, Wall of Mulch, Midnight Guard. Midnight Guard is interesting. I think that we would just most of the time prefer to have 2-drops though. Midnight Guard, because we have double Paragon now, this is why I'm thinking that Midnight Guard might be a better pick. Because going Midnight Guard into Paragon is better than going, you know, Runeclaw Bear, 3-drop Paragon. So I guess I'm not entirely sure what we want. You know, we do, like I said, we really do want 2-drops. But you know, we might not play this Verdant Haven, so our 3-drop slot isn't locked up by any means. So we're gonna take the Midnight Guard. It's because, like I said, it is better with Paragon, and that's kind of the our consideration here. This pack not so good for us. We take the Divine Favor in case we get one of the guys that fetches an aura. I mean, you could play Divine Favor there. It doesn't seem awful. Forge Devil is really good. I like Forge Devil. It's pretty good against us. Grind Clock is a card that I would like to play because I like stupid win conditions like Grind Clock. I can't imagine playing Leeching Sliver or Shadowcloak Vampire. This pack is just kind of a blank for us. I think we'll take the Divine Favor. I think that's probably the safest pick, but I'm not in love with it. So another kind of lackluster pack. I'm trying to think of what we've passed in green-white that would signal that it was open for the person next to us. Or we could take the Boonweaver Giant. I mean, seven's a lot though, and you know, for a 4/4 plus a free Divine Favor, I mean that just doesn't seem quite worth it. We could try to branch out into a different color, but nothing is really, you know, I'm not really loving anything. Take Vine Weft. I don't know how good this card is. It doesn't seem that good. We'll take the Giant. Like I said, seven's a lot of mana, but we'll take it. Jeez. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if this pack is just weak or what the deal is. Our options here are Soulmender. Once again, we have some Convoke spells. We might want Soulmender. Or we should take Titanic Growth as kind of a just as a combat trick, which could be good. We have a reasonable number of 2-drops, and I could see wanting that. We'll take the Titanic Growth, but I don't know. Alright, so here I think our pick is just Selfless Cathar. Once again, we really need those token cards. because otherwise Selfless Cathar is kind of lame, not so great. All right. Options here are Dauntless River Marshal and Shaman of Spring. And despite the fact that we are not playing any islands as of right now, I kind of like taking the Dauntless River Marshal. It's cheaper. It works better with the Paragons. It's possible that we could play like an Evolving Wilds in one island, which kind of seems fine to me. I think that this is going to be the pick. It seems like black has been pretty open this pack. I'm not entirely sure what we didn't see anything too amazing, but some reasonable picks. I think we'll take the constricting sliver here. I don't really imagine us playing it. Another 6-drop is not really what the doctor ordered here, but we'll take it. Here, I think we just want a Solemn Offering. And we'll put in the sideboard for now. Take Witch's Familiar, put in the sideboard. Can't imagine wanting to play Staff. Put this on the side. Take the Assistant. Is that a foil Statue of Denial? Look at that. Yeah, that pack really didn't go so great for us. You know, we have 19 playables here, but it's a little bit janky. Like I said, we don't really want to play the Constricting Sliver, the Boon Weaver Giant, the Divine Favor. You know, the Verdant Haven isn't really doing too much for us right now either. So hopefully this last pack is gonna be pretty good. All right. What are our options? Obelisk of Earth seems... She's a creature type. It's not. It seems like not what we want to pick. Shields is a good combat trick. Pilgrim could be fine, because we kind of want creatures, and we do have a Divine Favor. Like I said, Divine Favor is not very exciting, but I don't know. We take the Sanctified Charge and just really, really hedge on getting Raise the Alarm and stuff. I don't know. I think Sanctified Charge might be what we want anyway. We have a reasonable number of 2-drops. I don't want this to be too janky. I mean, it's between Sanctified Charge and Heliod's Pilgrim, and I think Sanctified Charge is a stronger card. So that is what I'm going to take. Alright, here, Devouring Light seems like a good removal spell, but, you know, like I said, we really just want to fill up the curve with creatures and be kind of the white-green beats deck. So, while Devouring Light, you know, might be the abject best card, I think we're going to take the Swiftclaw. Another aggressive mining. Some blue cards. I mean, we take Razorfoot Griffin or Pillar Flight. And I think Razorfoot Griffin is going to be better. We don't really have many flyers, and we do have a Pillar of Light so far, so we will grab that. And here it is. Here's the triplicate spirits we've been waiting for this entire draft. And you know, third pick, pack 3 is not bad at all. I mean, this card is just very strong. It's my Pauper Cube, and I think it's awesome. If it wasn't here, I think I'd probably take the Evolving Wilds to turn on our Dauntless River Marshal. Alright, what do we see here? So I think it's between Ephemeral Shields, because this card is fine, and Shaman of Spring. Shaman of Spring. What do we say about that? 16 creatures, but alright, we really don't want to play this Boon Weaver Giant. It just costs too much. We really don't want to play this Sliver. It costs too much. So we have 14 creatures. We already have a solemn offering for the sideboard. So it really is just between these two cards. If I had a better grasp on the format, I think I would know which one I wanted more. I guess I'll probably just take the cheaper one, but I'm not sure about that. It says that Paragon to go with a Goblin Kaboomist, but I think we're happy just taking the Living Totem here. It's a pretty good card. I like it. It pairs pretty well with our 2-drops, our stuff like Arexos, Swiftclaw and stuff. Arexos. All right. Here we want one of these 3 cards. Siege Worm, I think, is the strongest. We don't really have any flyers, but yeah, I think we just take the Siege Worm. I think it's okay to having 2 Siege Worms. Not totally against that. I think Murklurker is probably the best card here. The Slyblade seems pretty reasonable as well. It's in a lot of research assistance. I kind of wish I had just like kind of a dirtily blue deck with infinite research assistance, but first response, I have no idea how to rate this card. I just assume that it's junk because it doesn't always trigger. It seems like the card we could potentially want because of the double Paragon and stuff. We'll take it, but I don't anticipate it being in our deck, and I don't anticipate it being good. It's another Ephemeral Shields. Now I wish I'd taken the creature, but that's alright. And what do we want? I guess we'll take the Tireless Missionaries. We take Vineweft. Vineweft is really expensive though. It seems hard. The +1/+1 just doesn't really seem quite worth it. It was +2/0. Think of how good this card would be if it was +2/0. It still wouldn't be as good as Rancor, but it would be a reasonable card. It's like the Tyrant's Machine. I don't really anticipate wanting to play the Pricey Manipulator. I'm a big fan of that the old pun. I do the Void Snare here, I guess. I'm not really in love with any of these cards. Wall of Fire, Ornithopter. Alright. So I feel reasonable about this deck. It seems like perhaps a 2-1 deck. I don't know if it's a 3-0 deck. I think my unfamiliarity with this format definitely affected the draft, though. I took a lot of like the kind of pseudo removal spells over cheaper creatures, and then we ended up wheeling lots of there was a lot of Pillars of Light going around and stuff, and the Ephemeral Shields going around. So oh well. Alright, so I don't think we want this. I don't think we want all these Ephemeral Shields. I think we might want to play one, and that's it. I don't actually know how good this Hornet's Nest is. This Hornet Nest is in this deck. I mean, we want to be aggressive, so having a Defender's not really where we want to be, but it also potentially holds off a lot of stuff. So, all right, we have 26 cards as of right now, so we still want to cut 3. I think we want to cut the Tireless Missionaries. It doesn't really seem to be what our deck wants to do. We want to cut the Divine Favor for sure. And let's look at this. Alright, I'm not sure how I move this to where I want it to go. I don't know. It does not. I don't know if this interface is worse than the old client. I mean, I'm inclined to think so because I learned how to play Magic Online with the old client. but it's just so frustrating. I just want to be able to just sort this nicely. It seems like I should be able to do that. I don't know. All right. Get a pillar of light. And oh, I don't think we want to play this Verdant Haven either. But we definitely do not want this first response, I don't think. There's something interesting about creating 1/1 white soldiers. It's good with Paragon. It's good with our Convoke guys, but I think it's just too slow and too situational, you know? So I don't think it's something we want to play. Alright, these are all creatures. I mean, this is a spell, but it's basically a creature. Play Hunt the Weak. And yeah, this is 22 cards, so I guess we want to add in another card. This is not an 18 land deck. I could play the Tyrant's Machine. Not sure how I feel about that. I don't think we want more than one of the Ephemeral Shields. Tireless Missionary is a little too expensive. Constricting Sliver I think is also a little too expensive. Could play the Verdant Haven. I just don't really like that. I don't know how bad it is to main deck a Solemn Offering in this format. I mean, there's stuff like Juggernaut. There's the Golem with Convoke. There might be enough targets so that playing Solemn Offering in the main deck isn't horrible. I don't know about Verdant Haven. It doesn't really fix our mana at all. What to do? When we go play the Tyrant's Machine, doesn't. Alright. I'm gonna play the Verdant Haven. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure that's what I want to do, but yeah, I feel like I should just be able to move him. I guess not. Alright, we will sort by converted mana cost again. Oh. Alright, I guess that's all I had to do. Apparently I was doing something wrong. Yeah. This deck looks reasonable. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 basically potential white creatures. So it's not quite as many as I would want with the Paragon. I think that it might have just been safer to take the Juggernaut there. But yeah, this is the deck. Let's sort by color. Looks like it's going to be a 10-7 deck. 10 plains, 7 forests. Let's see what they suggest. Yep. Alright, so we will battle with this deck. Like I said, I feel okay about it, not great, but yeah. I will see you guys for round 1.